What's up, Dad?
Where have you been?
What do you mean?
Where was you at 1 o'clock this morning?
In bed like everyone else.
Well, I wasn't. I was here at this boiler. The blessed sensor's gone wrong and filled the channel where the wood chip comes in is absolutely crammed full. So all our planning from yesterday has now gone out the window because you've got to empty that.
Oh, brilliant. How full is full?
Full.
Oh,
it's
brilliant.
tripped the wire, which, yeah, it stopped it working. So, yeah, but it phoned me at 1 o'clock this morning.
Brilliant.
Right, so you know your first job, don't you?
Yeah.
All right.
So let's scrap that plan. Dad, what are you doing in the nettles?
Come here, job for you. Little project in the morning.
Oh yeah, because we need another one.
We ain't got nothing to do, have we? Right.
He lied.
Oh, you got to do that plough up as well?
Your little trail plough?
Yeah, you can do that as well. Can you see in here?
No.
Come here, come here. There's a frame.
What's the frame do?
Huh? I want that frame out tomorrow.
Right.
And we've got to make it into a levelling device to go behind. You're into the sun, are you?
Yeah, into the sun.
Right, to go behind the de-stoner. So we'll de-stone the land, but then it sometimes leaves that a little bit uneven. So if we can make that into a levelling device. It has little wheels on it. Little wheels, that'll do. We can make that into a levelling device to level the beds out before we plant them behind the de-stoner and just mix the fertiliser in.
Okay, so you want
Cunning plan.
The little fur
applicator on the front.
Oh yeah.
That on the back, rather than going through with the bed former, because you don't need to till it. You just need to level it, make it level, and then the planter can work a little bit better.
Okay.
And as you're going through with fur applicator, you might as well just do that at the same time. Yeah.
Right. That sounds like a daft question, but we've got the Dutch Harrows. Why would that not be any good?
A Dutch harrow will knock the de-stoned soil into the wheelings where the stone is.
Oh right, yeah.
And I'm trying to keep all that separate, aren't we? We're trying to keep the de-stoned soil away from the stones, aren't we?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You'll see. My cunning plan will come together.
All right. As soon as I get out the nettles, it'll all come true, will it?
No.
No. Okay.
Be careful.
Nearly tripped there.
We've got the wood chip for this week, look. And I've got to sort out. There's a new scheme with the British fuel suppliers for wood chip, who says you've got to have a QC or quality control element to you producing chip, because we produce a little bit of chip. But they said if it's recycled timbers, you don't have to have the QC thing. So I'm a little bit confused. So that's an email we're trying to sort out.
Oh.
Yeah, one of those, you know. All right. This is a Sunday morning walk around, have a look, see what's coming up for the job for the week ahead. So
Then
yes.
you're off to entertain Mother, aren't you?
Oh, we're off out, yes. Got to keep the woman happy. And we've got all these little jobs to do. You've still got to do my plough, look. It's right behind them irrigation pipes, look.
Well, that was a silly place to have put it.
No, that was put there, then everything else was put in front of it. Well, we want to get that working, but that's a crawler plough. You see, then we've got to buy a crawler.
Is that so?
No. Somebody was throwing it away, so I greased their palm with a little bit of silver and I managed to keep it. So that's why it's here.
You didn't tell Mum about that one for a couple of weeks.
Shut up. And then we've got to get the de-stoner out this week. I want to get that out tomorrow because apparently there's a hose gone in it.
Yeah, it's been on the to-do list whiteboard for a while.
Yeah, well I want that out tomorrow. Because whilst we are having such a dry spring or winter, I want to make use of that and start de-stoning some of the land for the gladioli seed. So we can be doing that this week, you see.
Yeah.
Keeps everybody busy. Because it can be Phil Dyke February, can't it? Dry January, Phil Dyke February.
Ah.
So, yes, we need to tidy up again. We've got a load of scrap to go, look. Have a sort out with that lot. As well. We've got new blades coming for the rotavator.
Yeah. Tom's done a good tidy up out here, hasn't he?
Yeah, done a real good job there. We've got to keep it that way though.
Oh yeah. He wanted a sign up there which wasn't very polite, but it would have done the job, wouldn't it?
Well, you can't use swear words in a sign, can you?
Not really.
So, we've got gearboxes to take apart and repair, ready for the coming seasons.
Yep.
Anybody want them? They're off the subsoiler. We've put tines in there instead. And I can't think what to do with them, so...
Leave a comment if you're keen, I guess.
Well, they're off a Spalding's flat lift, and they go behind the flat lift, between the flat lift and the crumbler roller, to till the soil. So you're doing 2 operations in once. But we've now gone over to tines, because they're
quite a wide-winged tine, aren't
yeah,
they?
yeah, which we feel do a better job for us on our soils, but on lighter soils they'll probably do a better job. I might be wrong, somebody'd know better. Better go and check the boiler.
Right, let's go then.
We had a frosty night, buffer tank is empty of heat, but not water. And we're a little bit down on temperature coming out at the moment, so that should be around about 90, nearly 100. What is it now?
It's about 80.
Yeah. So she's struggling. That's managing, but it's only just. So, but the sun is now up, the glass houses will naturally heat. So, and then that fills the buffer tank during the day, because the glass houses don't need the heat. So then at night that can come back and be used for heating the glass houses when this can't keep up with the demand. So, do you know what those are? Apart from Dusty.
Apart from Dusty.
There's 6 of those on site, 3 in here, 3 up the other end of the site. And they're what you call expansion tanks.
Right.
So when the water's cold, it contracts, doesn't it? They go up. When the water gets hot, it expands, and that's where the expansion all goes. If you look, there's pressure gauges on them, and what happens is the air contracts and expands on the top of those. And there's a pump set up the other end, which will actually adjust that as well. To keep that right. Did you hear that blast off valve? You heard that big noise a little while ago, didn't you, just a second ago? That's off the compressed air, and what that's doing is, if you look right up the top here. So we're now stood at the top of the boiler, Dad. Yeah,
What's
on
all
the
this bank?
Right, we're still on the cleaning platform. So you've got 2 chambers in the boiler, which we'll explain in a different... I think we need to do a whole video on the boiler and how it works. It's quite complex. But basically you've got a heat exchanger on the top, series of tubes where the hot gas is coming out of the boiler, travel through the tubes. Around the tubes is a jacket of water, so the heat in the gases then transfers into the water, hence a heat exchange, and then that water's pumped away and heats the glass houses. Does that make sense? Yes? Right, but because they're tubes, there's a restriction in the airflow, and what happens is all the dust then slows down, or the airflow slows down and the dust settles. So these big valves blow a big blast of air to blow that out the end and try and keep them clean, which it will do for about 2.5, 3 months, and then we have to clean them anyway, so it works quite well. Alright, okay. Where was you at 1 o'clock this morning?
In bed like everyone else.
Well, I wasn't. I was here at this boiler. The blessed sensor's gone wrong and filled the channel where the wood chip comes in is absolutely crammed full. So all our planning from yesterday has now gone out the window because you've got to empty that.
Oh, brilliant. How full is full?
Full.
once we'd gotten the feed chain all cleared and that valley completely emptied, we were able to manually operate the boiler, but we couldn't put it into automatic because the contacts that operate the walking floor, which pulls the wood chip into the valley, the contact had seized and burnt itself onto a constant live, so it sort of arc welded itself together, so the pumps were going to constantly pull wood chip and fill that valley. So we had to wait for an electrician to come out and swap the contact over for us. Annoyingly, a couple of days later, the same thing happened again. So Dad has since looked into the control board side of things and has uprated the contactor. So far, we haven't had another problem with it. Hopefully, we shouldn't have a problem with it again, because we started digging out the valley at about 7:45, and we had finished digging out just before 12. It's a very long process just to dig it all out. I hope this video was interesting. It just shows a bit of what me and Dad get up to on the weekend planning things out, and then shows how it definitely doesn't go to plan. So we hope to do a proper walk around video on the wood chip boiler in the next couple of weeks, so make sure you like and subscribe, ready for that. So thank you very much for watching. This has been Norfolk Fords. I'm Lewis Eves, and farm safe.